Just cracked the code. I just went down this super deep rabbit hole, and I know for a fact that jets don't use any fuel to fly. Now, I know this might sound crazy, but stick with me. I promise you that there's something here. First of all, I want you to notice this. This is on the roof of an ancient Indian temple. An extremely and eerily similar design to an airline jet turbine. Let's take this one step further. These pillars on these ancient temples strongly resemble what a turbine looks like, the whole design of it. These pillars also rotate. Now, whether you're aware of it or not, these ancient temples were power plants. They generated free energy. Now let's think about this for a second. We are told that a Boeing 747 carries 63,500 gallons of fuel. Where exactly do they put all of this? This is a 60,000 gallon water tank. Just for reference, guys, just think for a second. They say that the fuel is stored in the wings. Where? How does that make any sense to you? This is where this gets really interesting. I was doing some research and this is what I came across, and it made a whole lot of sense to me. So I'm just going to read this for you guys. There's an airplane called the Airbus A380. It weighs 575 tons. Now, to make this absolute mammoth leave the ground and not slam back down to the earth 1 second later, they use ultrasonic levitation, superconductivity, and pulse magnetic zero-point Meissner fields. Jet fuel only powers the turbines to start up, and they cut off from combustion and switch to etheric energy once they reach a certain speed. And this happens when there is a good flow of electrostatic electricity. This is quite literally ancient tech. Cartesian technology. Nikola Tesla's technology. Think about this. Examine how long it takes them to pump fuel in between flights. 60,000 gallons. It literally only takes a few minutes. It almost takes a passenger car less time to fill up a fucking plane. A passenger car requires 2,000 times less fuel. Even if this pump was pumping 10 times more fuel than an average pump at the gas station, it would take them roughly 17 hours to fill up 60,000 gallons. 60,000 gallons in these wings? Are you serious? And when we start to assess the intricate design of these turbines and how they're not really used anywhere else in the world except for jet engines, it's kind of interesting, right? Don't you think it's possible that they stole this technology from our ancient ancestors, hiding free energy in plain sight, and as well as charging us out the ass to get on a plane because of all the jet fuel that they gotta consume? This also would explain contrails and how planes just spray straight up water vapor and then it just disappears. Unlike, a combustion engine from the back of our cars that have a different type of smoke. This is a chemtrail. This stays in the air forever and disperses and blocks out the sun. Beyond the point, that's a contrail. And that would explain contrails, right? Am I crazy or is this making sense to you guys? Let us know.
Children are born in the house. You feel me? My children are homeschooled.
You don't take them to the hospitals and none of that?
Nah, but I'm not extreme. So if it was necessary, I would, but it hasn't been necessary. One of the things, we gotta look at the hospital, just to detour a little bit. They'll have would you lay down to defecate? Like if you had to use the bathroom and you get closer and closer to your house and you're like, man, it's starting to really come out. Would you then go to the toilet and lay down to try to make it come out? No, you wouldn't. You would squat. That's kind of like what we doing when we on the toilet. But now here's a woman that's supposed to give birth to a child in the medical institutions where all these people with certificates are going to turn around and tell that woman to lay down, to go against gravity and compromise the integrity of her spine. All right. And then want to induce labor and give her epidurals. And if the child is born inside of 30 to 45 minutes from the time of that shot, then the child comes out, their eyes closed, we thinking it's perfectly normal, but the child is drugged up. That's crazy. But we go to Egypt, like I went to Egypt and I went to the world's first hospital, the Temple of Philae, and you see all over the walls, the women squat and do not go against gravity. But they were the ones that's considered to be incompetent. But today in contemporary science, we got women still laying down. And even the placenta, because I delivered my daughters. I didn't cut the placenta when the baby came out. We let the afterbirth come out. And we let the placenta continuously contract so the rest of the stem cells could get to the child, which would diffuse the potentiality of the child actually getting sick. And it heightens that child's consciousness. Absolute fact, my daughter was 4 years old speaking 4 languages, my Hotep Tumre. So, but we cut it the second the child was born.
That there was a team that was out in Afghanistan